Hello YouTube, you are watching Carry On Reading videos by Miss Divine, that's me, where I talk about my first interest, my number one interest, which is reading books, and I basically talk about all my favorite books that I believe deserve a review. And in today's video we are talking about Prada Plan 1 and Prada Plan 2 by Miss Ashley Antoinette. You know, I don't even know where to begin with this book. Like, I'm in love with this book. I love this book so much. I don't even borrow it to anyone. See how clean it is? I've had this book for like, I think 2 years and it still looks brand new. I don't borrow it to anybody. But yeah, this book is amazing by Miss Ashley Antoinette, and it's basically a story about a young girl. The main character's name is, oh, before I even start, let me just address this. People are always asking me, why is it called Carrier Reading? Nothing special, to be honest. It's nothing special. The reason why it's called Carrier Reading is because these books, I can read it over and over and over and over again, and I just don't get tired of them. That's the only reason why it's called Carry On Reading, because I just carry on reading them. So it's nothing special. People are always like, oh, is it like something? No, it's not. It's just a regular books that I can't stop reading. So okay, so in Prada Plan 1, the main character is called Disaya, and at a very young age she lost her mother, and her dad, well, it wasn't really her dad, but she was brought up to believe that that's her dad. Her dad got taken into prison for the murdering of her mum, but it wasn't really him that did it, was somebody else. So at 6 years old she lost both her parents and she had to be taken into a foster home. At the foster care, that's where she met her best friend called Mona. And at the foster home, there's this guy, the owner of the foster home, his son, he basically rapes the 2 girls and all the other girls in the foster care home. At night time, he'll come into their bedroom, abuse them over and over again, until one day both the girls just had enough and they waited for the owner and the son to go sleep, and then that's when they decided to burn down the house. So after they run away and they begin their life, they're grown up now. They're trying to find quick ways of getting money, and they were introduced to this elite company where, you know, basically prostitution to me, but yeah, they're introduced to that. They begin the life of selling their body for money to make quick money and stuff like that, until Disaya met this guy called Indy. Meets him, they fall in love. Then she also meet a character called Leah. Now Leah is just pure evil. She is just evil on another level. But them two, she meets her as well in a company, and basically they decide to branch off. The 2 of them, they're getting clients, they're getting customers, they're making money, fair enough. So Disaya and Indy become a bit more serious, so they start taking trips, they're going out, they're doing this and that. Little did we know that Leah is jealous of Disaya. Leah has this sort of like infatuation with Disaya, which gets out of control. Do you know, I didn't know whether she was obsessed with her, or, but basically there was a bit in the book where she started to dress like Disaya, cut her hair like Disaya, had the same tattoo as her. I don't know, this part I thought she was just obsessed, but there was a true meaning behind what she was doing later on that we find out in the book. So she calls Disaya, telling her that one last client, one last time, he's got big money, let's do this and then move on with our lives, whatever. So she goes, Disaya finds out that this girl has cut her the same hair, she's got the same hairstyle, same tattoo as her, all this craziness. They were with this client, which they both look the same, dressed the same, they've got the same haircut, same outfit, whatever, and they're doing what they do, and they're recording it. So after they're done, Leah comes with a gun and shoots the client. After that, Desaya's like, you know what, I'm done with this life, I don't want any more. She thought she could move on with Indy, live happily ever after, and obviously Leah wouldn't be on her tail, which is a lie, because Leah had all her cruel intentions for her. Okay, so now for that all important dilemma, Indy and Desire are having dinner at Indy's parents' house, and there they receive the news that his brother's been killed, their son has been killed. So of course Indy takes it really hard because him and his brother have a good relationship. They're close, they're tight, whatever. So funeral arrangements was made, and on the day of the funeral, Desire tells Indy that she's pregnant. So of course he's happy about it. And at the service, when it was time for them to view the body, when Desire got up with the family to go and view the body, that's when we and her find out that the same guy that her and Leah spent their last job doing is the same guy that's in the coffin, that's Indy's brother. And of course, from there, that's when the story really just shoots up for me. Leah being the enemy in the story, she has the video of the killing of Indy's brother. She still has the video, and of course, with as much hate as she has for Desire, of course she goes and sends the video to Indy. Because I need to get onto Prada Plan 2, so I can't carry on talking about Prada Plan 1, but this book is amazing. Every time people ask, even if they're not even talking to me, or if they're talking to somebody else, they're like, okay, I want to read a book, somebody recommend me a book, the first book that I say is Prada Plan 1. Get it, read it, see what I'm talking about. Okay, so now for Prada Plan 2. Now, to be honest with you, I haven't got a lot to say about Prada Plan 2, apart from the storyline, which I'm going to give like a summary. But I was kind of disappointed. I said it in my other video as well, I was really disappointed in Prada Plan 2, because I waited, after reading this one, I waited for like a year and over for Prada Plan 2. I was excited. I wanted to find out what happened with Indy and Desire's love story, and what more evil things that Leah had. When I was reading Prada Plan 2, I felt like it was a different author that wrote it. Like, I've got a lot of books by Ashley Antoinette, books by herself, book with her co-writer as well. So I know she's amazing. I know her talent. She's amazing at writing books. So when I was reading Prada Plan 2, I was like, is this the same author that wrote this book? Because I wasn't sure. Because I was reading the book, I was like, what? I didn't get it sometimes. I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting so much more. But what I will say about Pride and Plan 2, the interesting bit about Pride and Plan 2 is the fact that we get to find out more about Leah's story. We get to find out why she's so crazy and why she's so envious and determined to ruin Desire's life. It happens that Leah's mother and Desire's father, well, stepfather actually, but yeah, Leah's mother and him had a connection. She used to work for him, and she fell in love with him, but he wasn't interested in her. He was more interested in Desire's mom. So of course the woman, Leah's mom, took it out on Leah. She had a really bad life growing up as a child, because her mum was so obsessed with this man who didn't really care about her, and she used to blame Leah for not being able to get the man because Leah wasn't as beautiful as Desire, or she didn't have the cuteness factor that Desire had. Well, that's what the mum thought. So the mum pretty much blamed the fact that she couldn't get this man, Desire's stepdad, on Leah, and took out all her anger on her. So she used to let men come into their house and take advantage of Leah, do whatever they want to do with her, and also when she's doing her thing, like, she'll let Leah work and stuff like that. So it was a really tough time for Leah. So from Prada Plan 2, we get to see where this Leah's anger and jealousy towards Desire comes from, because she thinks that Desire grew up in this fairy tale world. She had this amazing childhood because she had her mom, she had her dad, she had all this big house, she had all the things that she didn't have. But little did she know that Desire had just as much of a bad childhood as she did, but she doesn't know that. So we get to find out about Leah's story, and Leah's story is kind of sad. It actually made me cry. That's the only good thing about Pride and Plan 2 for me, because I waited for this book for like a year and a half, and I was disappointed. A little bit disappointed with Prada Plan 2. I've kind of put all my hopes in Prada Plan 3. I hope that it will kind of redeem Prada Plan 2. But I have faith in Ashley Antoinette. She's an amazing author. She's got amazing writing skills, and I've read, like I said, I've read all her other books and it's amazing. So I have faith in her. Don't let me down. So yeah, that pretty much sums up this video. Prada Plan 1 and 2, you could check it out on Amazon and read it back and see what, maybe they explain it better than I do, but check it out. And until I upload some kind of video, whether it's carry on reading or something else, you guys take care and stay blessed.